All right. John chapter 19. Then Pilate therefore took Jesus and secured him, and the soldiers platted a crown of thorns and put it on his head, and they put on him a purple robe and said, "Hail, King of the Jews!" And they smote him with their hands. Pilate therefore went forth again and said unto them, Behold, I bring him forth to you, that ye may know that I found no fault in him. Then came Jesus forth, wearing the crown of thorns and the purple robe. And Pilate said unto them, Behold the man. When the chief priests therefore and officers saw him, they cried out, saying, Crucify him, crucify him. Pilate said unto them, Take ye him and crucify him, for I have found no fault in him. The Jews answered him, We have a law, and by law he ought to die, because he made himself the Son of God. When Pilate therefore heard the saying, he was the more afraid, and went again unto the judgment hall, and said unto Jesus, Whence art thou? But Jesus gave him no answer. Then said Pilate unto him, Speakest thou not unto me? Knowest thou not that I have power to crucify thee, and have power to release thee? Jesus answered, Thou couldst have no power at all against me, except it were given thee from above. Therefore he that delivered me unto thee hath the greater sin. And from therefore Pilate sought to release him. But the Jews cried out, saying, If thou let this man go, thou art not Caesar's friend. Whosoever maketh himself a king speaketh against Caesar. When Pilate therefore heard that the saying, be brought Jesus forth and sat down in the judgment seat in a place that is called the pavement, but in the Hebrew, and it was the perspiration of the Passover, and about the 6th hour, and he said unto Jews, Behold your king. But they cried away anyway with him, always to cry and away with him, he crucify him. Pilate said unto them, Shall I crucify your king? The chief priest answered, We have no king but Caesar. But then delivered he him therefore unto them to be crucified. And they took Jesus and led him away. And he bearing the cross went forth unto a place called the Palace of Skull, which is called in the Hebrew, where they crucify him, and the two other with him on either side, one and Jesus in the middle. And Pilate wrote a title to put on the cross, and the writing said, Jesus of Nazareth, the King of Jews. This is the title then read many of the Jews, for the place where Jesus was crucified was nigh to the city, and it was written in Hebrew, in Greek, and Latin. Then said the chief priest of Jews to Pilate, Write not the King of Jews, but that he said, I am King of Jews? Pilate answered, What I have written, I have written. Then the soldiers, when they had crucified Jesus, took his garment and made 4 parts, to every soldier a part, and also his coat. Now that coat was without seam, woven hip from the top throughout. They said therefore among themselves, Let us not rend it, but cast lots for it, whose it shall be, that the scripture might be fulfilled, which said they part may remain among them. And for many vestures they did cast lots. These things therefore the soldiers did. Now there stood by the cross of Jesus his mother, and his mother's sister Mary, the wife of Sepharus, and Mary Magdalene. When Jesus therefore saw his mother and the disciple standing by him, he said unto his mother, Woman, behold thy son. Then said he to the disciple, Behold thy mother. And from that hour that disciple took her unto his own home. After this, Jesus, knowing that all things were now accomplished, that the scripture might be fulfilled, saith, I trust. Now there was set a vessel full of vinegar, and they filled a sponge with vinegar, and put it upon her son, and put it up to his mouth. When Jesus therefore had received the vinegar, he said, It is finished. And he bowed his head and gave up the ghost. The Jews therefore, because it was the preparation that the body should not remain upon the cross on the Sabbath day, for that Sabbath day was an high day, besought Pilate that their legs might be broken, and they might be taken away. Then came the soldiers and broke the legs of the first and of the other which was crucified with him. But when they came to Jesus and saw that he was dead already, they broke not his legs, but one of the soldiers with a super pierced his side, and forthwith come through there out blood and water. And he saw it bear record, and his record is true, and he knoweth that he saith truth, that ye might believe. For those things were done, that the scripture should be fulfilled. A bone of him shall not be broken. And again, another scripture said, Thou shalt look on him whom they pierced. And after this, Joseph of Arimathea, bring a disciple of Jesus, but seriously for fear of the Jews, brought Pilate that he might take away the body of Jesus. And Pilate gave him Jesus, and it gave him leave. He came therefore and took the body of Jesus, and there came also Nicodemus, which at the first came to Jesus by night, and brought a mixture of myrrh and aloes, about 100 pounds weight. Then took they the body of Jesus, and wound it in linen clothes with the spices, as the manner of the Jews is buried. Now in the place where he was crucified, there was a garden, and in the garden a new sculpture, wherein was never man yea laid. There laid they Jesus therefore, because of Jews' preparation day, for the sculpture was night at hand.